Hi, Professor Hu. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Are you ready for your interview?
Of course.
Can you give a quick introduction to the camera?
Sure. I'm Professor Rose Hu. I'm a clinical assistant professor here in the UB School of Management, and I'm the faculty director of our UB MS in Accounting program.
Wonderful. Let's start the interview. Can
Awesome.
you show us your office?
Sure, come on in.
What's the coolest thing in your office?
Well, it depends who you ask, but I tend to think one of my coolest things is my signed Josh Allen jersey. But on a more personal and heartfelt note, I also really love all the mementos and thank you cards and whatnot from my students over the years. Just reminds me why I'm doing what I'm doing.
Do you prefer your door open or closed?
Classic accounting answer, it depends. So if I need to focus and get some work done, I do keep the door closed. But for the most part, I like to keep my door open, very welcoming space, so students know they can always stop by and chat or ask me questions. I'm always happy to help.
What do you teach?
So I teach a couple different things in the undergraduate program, and then I also, as you know, I'm director of our graduate MS accounting program. So for undergrads, I teach auditing to our senior accounting majors, and I also teach sophomores the Introduction to Financial Accounting course that all School of Management majors take.
And why did you decide to teach?
Oh, I love telling this story. Back when I was in public accounting, I was a senior audit manager with a Big Four firm, and I really loved mentoring my teams and helping them understand why they were doing what they were doing. And so I had the opportunity to become a national instructor with the firm, and I like to say the teaching bug bit me. And so again, as they say, the rest is history.
What's your most favorite thing about teaching?
I really love when that light bulb moment goes off in students' eyes, when I can tell that they have really connected with material in an interesting way, and then it's helping them with their professional career preparation.
What's the best compliment you have received from a student?
So a couple weeks ago, I received a note from a former student that shared how my guidance had been really instrumental in their career development, and now all these years later, reconnecting back and how my advice and mentorship has stuck with them over all these years. That was really special. All right, so I have to head over to the CRC. Do you want to come with me?
Sure. Why should someone get excited about this curriculum?
So there's a couple cool things about our curriculum, and it's a nice balance between having a strong core set of coursework that is going to prepare you for your career as a CPA and allow you to pivot down the line if you'd ever like to, and of course strong preparation for the CPA exam. Combining that with being able to specialize in a track of your choice. So we have 4 different tracks, and you really get to shape your curriculum in that way, which is a really neat way for you to personalize your own professional career preparation. So you can do our accounting and assurance track, you can do our internal audit and risk management track, we have a taxation track, and we also have a data analytics track.
What are some misconceptions about the accounting program?
You know, I occasionally hear from students that coming to such a large university like UB is a little daunting. And I can understand that, being a large campus. But one of the things I really love about UB being a flagship institution in the SUNY system is that that also brings large diversity of thought and ideas and opportunities, as well as a good variety of fun activities too. And then you combine that with here in the School of Management, we're a nice School of Management family, particularly here in the accounting program. We get to know each one of our students by name, we care about you, and are here to support your success.
What's your favorite piece of advice to share with students about navigating their academic journey?
I think it's really important for students, but really all of us, to be intentional about how we continue to grow throughout our lives, whether that's academically, in your career, in your personal life, really being intentional about the ways that you invest in your growth. So for students, that's of course going to be your academics, but also make sure you're well-rounded. Make sure you're investing in other parts of maybe your soft skills, and of course taking care of yourself and your family too. So again, I always like to just emphasize to students, be intentional about that growth mindset and how you shape your continued growth through your life.
What do you do as a faculty director?
That's a great question. A lot of people ask me, like, what even is a faculty director? So as faculty director, my role is to support students on their journey going through the admissions process, supporting them through that. then onboarding into our MS Accounting program, so through orientation, making sure everyone feels welcome and ready to start their graduate journey. And then through the program, working closely with academic advisor and all of our faculty to support each one and every one of our students, discovering what it is that they want to do for their career, helping them develop professionally, and succeeding in the program. Of course, I then celebrate commencement with everyone, and my students, of course, know I like to say a lot that I love keeping in touch with alumni too and seeing their success even beyond these walls.
What's the best part about being a faculty director?
I enjoy, you may have seen in my office, just my little table in my office, when I get to have one-on-one conversations and have that mentorship. When you have a graduate level program that you're preparing for your career in this way, sometimes there's things that you need a mentor or advisor to just have an honest, open conversation with and be able to share from their career experience too. And so that's been really meaningful. I enjoy that part of being faculty director.
Where's your favorite spot in the School of Management or on campus?
I do like the haven that is my office, but if I need to get out, stretch my legs a little bit and just take a break from working hard, I do occasionally get over to Starbucks in the UB Commons or Tim Hortons right downstairs here in Alfiero.
What's your favorite tradition or event in the School of Management?
Oh, we have a lot of good ones. Our MS Accounting Fund Committee plans a lot of cool things through the year. But one thing that I really enjoy is how we kick off our fall semester with our annual kickball game. Just a friendly little competition between cohort A and cohort B of our program. We always have a lot of fun, and when we're lucky, have some great sunshine too.
What sets the School of Management apart from other institutions?
I think it really is the combination of having experienced faculty that have been in the field. We've got about a dozen CPAs on faculty, combined with research expertise that continues to further the accounting profession, all combined together with, again, that close-knit family feel where we know you, we get to know your goals, and we are here to support your success. So it's that nice combination of technical skill set together with really caring atmosphere to support your growth.
What is the legacy that you hope to leave behind as the program faculty director?
Two things: kindness and excellence. I'll start with excellence. It's really important to me to have a high bar for myself, my people, my students, because I care and I know what people are capable of, and I want to see you do your very best. So I work to support that and invest in everyone around me, particularly my students. But also kindness. It's very important to me to make sure that each person feels valued and cared for, and that they know that each person around them here in the School of Management is going to be kind to them and support their success in that way.
I've been told you prefer tea over coffee. How do
That's
you
right.
take your tea?
Yeah, so if I do get over to Starbucks or Tim Hortons, it's usually not coffee that I get. I'm a fan of a good chai tea latte, and I'll even do just like a chai tea bag with a little bit of skim milk and maybe a little bit of honey.
Nice. How do you like to recharge or take care of your well-being after a busy day?
Well, after a busy day here on campus, I have my commute home. And one of the things I like to do to unwind a little bit on my commute is listen to a good podcast. So there's a few that are in my queue regularly these days. One is called Funny 'Cause It's True by Elise Myers. She's just so authentic and hilarious and helps people, value who they are and just their authentic self. So I really love that one. I also love Sharon McMahon's Here's Where It Gets Interesting, sort of the untold history stories from the US and around the world, things that maybe you hadn't learned about previously but are genuinely interesting. And then there's a one that maybe is good life advice, but really in a practical way. It's called the Lazy Genius Podcast. Be a genius about the things that matter and lazy about the things that don't. Have some balance.
What is the best advice you have ever received?
Best advice I've ever received. So there's a lot of good things in there, but I really love to remind myself and others to be humble and hungry. No one knows everything, right? And so when you look at being in an academic institution, being hungry for knowledge growth and humble enough to know, hey, I still have more to grow and learn in, but carry that into your professional career as well. I love that advice I've received over the years from my professional mentors, and it's really helped me keep things in focus. I even have it printed in my home office.
That's awesome. What is one of your favorite quotes?
One of my favorite quotes, so I'm paraphrasing here from Emmanuel Acho. He said something to the effect of, don't give up what you want most for what you want now. So what does that mean? I take that to mean, hey, think about the big picture. Think about where you want to see yourself, bigger picture, long term. What do you really want? And sometimes that's going to mean some sacrifice in the short term or getting comfortable with the uncomfortable to help you get there. So don't give up what you want most for what you want now.
And what matters most to you and why?
What matters most to me? People. So I hope that's come through in some of the rest of our interview too, but I really do value getting to know people as individuals, helping each person to feel valued and cared for. And so when I think about, what are my core values as a person, people, loving people, and making sure that people are set up to be the best that they can be and are set up for their success.
All right, last question. Where's your favorite place in the world and why?
Well, my favorite place in the world. So I'll do a far and near. So my favorite place abroad is Florence, Italy. You just can't beat homemade pasta and good wine. So I've loved my time traveling through Italy, and that's actually my heritage. My family's Italian. And then if you look a little closer to home, now in my adulthood, I've really loved appreciating local sites like Letchworth State Park a little bit more than I did when I was younger. I grew up down there, and just the simplicity of picking wild blackberries and enjoying the scenery and a good a dose of fresh air has been really nice. All right, look where we are. We're here at the CRC. It's been great talking with you. Take care. We'll see you later.
Thank you. Bye.